Hello. Hello everyone. I'm MVL and welcome to an MVL gaming live stream. Today we are doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be going over some video game pickups and we're going to be chatting a lot of retro stuff live as well. Love doing this sort of thing live. This is just a crazy one-off. This is by no means replacing my regular video game pickups. I've just been super busy with producing a couple of videos that will be coming up on the channel, and so I thought I would do this, but have no fear. My regular video game pickups videos are still coming along your way as well, so don't fret about that. Hey Cliff, how you doing, my friend? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so I'm going to start with a Game Boy Color game. I actually got this game from CEX, and then I have a mystery box to open. So I'm going to save the box. I'll do this Game Boy game first, so there's a couple of moments for people to get the notifications and all of that and come in. Then I'll do this box. There's a couple of games that I think are in this box. You doing good, Cliff? That's good to hear, my friend. I'm doing alright, doing pretty well. I actually went to a market today, which was Par Market in St. Austell. There we go. And I picked up something as well, a collector's edition, which I'll be showing as well in this video. It's of a game I previously owned, so that game won't be in like a regular video games pickups. But this collector's edition has like an action figure in it. It has like a soundtrack CD, and it has an art book, I believe. So it's pretty cool. Even though the game itself I have issues with, the collector's edition looks pretty good. So I'm excited to have a look in there. And to be fair, since I picked it up in the market, I haven't actually checked that everything's in there. So I'm going to be checking everything's in there live on stream in a minute anyway. So if anything's missing, damn. But yeah, until then, have a couple of other games. First game I picked up, I got this game for I think £2 or £3 in CEX. Actually, I've been past a couple of CEXs recently, and there's one in pretty much every like location around Cornwall that I'm at. So when I stop by those locations, I tend to just poke my head into CEX because they're open quite late. I think most of them are open till 6, which is normally after the towns will close. So if I happen to be there, I will pop my head in those locations because a lot of the time they might have some like Game Boy games or like PlayStation 2 games and consoles that go for fairly cheap, their games that is, and sometimes uncommon games you can find there, especially with like PC games. But most of the time I'm just looking for something like cheap that, it's actually like fairly hard in my area to find cartridge games of any system. So when I find them like anywhere, I tend to pick them up, and that's pretty much what happened here. I picked up this Game Boy Color game, and it is a platformer, and it is Sabrina, the animated series Zapped. Now I think there were 2 games in this series. This is one of them. So there's 2 ones with virtually the same name. This is a platformer, and I believe it actually comes by way of Way Forward, or either this or the other one, who are responsible for Shantae, of course. So I actually think this is pretty good, and it was £2 or £3, and I had a look. When I'm curious about a game that I want to check out, I do sort of have a quick look on my smartphone for some gameplay footage, and it seemed alright. So you know what, for that price, it seemed like £2 or £3. It seemed like an okay deal, and I just decided to pick it up. I picked this up with a couple of other items that I didn't go in there specifically for this. Some of those other items, I believe I got this from St. Austell's CEX, if I remember correctly. Either there or Truro. But I'm pretty sure this was St. Austell. So I will show a couple more games I got from that location. But yeah, this game is okay. It's a platformer. And there's 2 games in this series. It's from the animated version of Sabrina. And I know Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, had a recent new, like, darker iteration of the show based more on the comic book. But I always remember the old, like, live action series with the puppet cat. Salem, I think, was the name of the cat, if I'm not mistaken. and that cat-like attitude that character had, where it was where it was just so indifferent, and yeah, I enjoyed that. So that's kind of why I picked this up as well. It was pretty amusing. Yeah, so that's that. I suppose we better go on to the mystery box. I'm pretty sure I know what this is. This was an eBay order that contains 3 games, and one of them's a Game Boy Advance game, one of them is a Game Boy Color game, and I think the third game is either a Game Boy Color game or a Game Boy Original game. One of them is complete in box, the other 2 are loose. That is, if this is what I think it is. It says fragile on it, doesn't it? But yeah, there's a lot of tape on this, so the seller did well there. Maybe I should open it from the bottom. Nope, there's equal amount of tape on the bottom. So I guess we're just going to go into this. I'll take my scissors and I'll slice along in this thing. But yeah, it's a good amount of tape. To be fair, that's what you kind of need to do when you're packing stuff. You need to just go to town with the tape. I think this is going to be easier to get from the other side. There is a boxed game, like a Game Boy Advance game. If this is the order I think it is, there is a boxed Game Boy Advance game in. I don't want to cut into that with the scissors because I'm not sure if there's going to be bubble wrap or packing peanuts in this. So I'm going to try and be a little bit careful, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to just like open it up from the side with the scissors. Really, a modeling knife would be better here, I think. That would be more useful, but I'll try and get into this with the scissors and see how we do. Yeah, it looks like we'll be okay. I think there is something behind this to prevent me from like utterly destroying it with scissors. Yeah, there's some more cardboard there. Okay, so it's not actually that bad to get into. But you know, you kind of have to do that when you package stuff. You don't know how it's going to get handled when you send stuff, especially if you send stuff over a long distance. You don't know if like you see sometimes stuff gets sent with like 1 piece of tape on it, and that's just like not enough to keep something, you know, structural when it's going from one place to another. I've certainly seen things arrive in bad condition before. We had a ocarina that was modeled after the Ocarina of Time from The Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo 64. We had like one of those come out from overseas, and it was in a bubble mailer, which is like an envelope with bubble wrap in the inside. And that came, and it was just a bag of dust. It was a bag of dust. That's what it was. So you do have to take care with these things. You know what? Actually, this individual packaged this very well. There's a good amount of foam in here, so it looks like it's been put together pretty well. So there's that, and there is yeah, the box game is at the bottom, so that's in bubble wrap. That's good. Then I have two other games in here as well. They are also packed extremely well. So props on the seller here. Then I have some more of this stuff. So good stuff. If you enjoy that, I have a filter on my microphone right now that prevents noise from things like that. So if you're an audio sensory fan and you really want to see me like rub these together, it's not going to make any noise from my microphone, I'm afraid, with those settings enabled. And I have those settings enabled not specifically to stop the sound of like packaging material when I open stuff up, but mostly to stop the sound of my computer hum or anything like that. If there's like, let's say for some reason there's a crash across the street, you won't hear that, or at least you shouldn't. Anyway, yes, so I have a couple of games here. This is the package I thought it was, so I will go for, I guess we'll go for this one first. This should be a Pokemon game. So I'll open this up. For those of you that are fans of Pokemon, I'm a pretty big fan of Pokemon. I do enjoy the animated series as well. Seeing as we were speaking about animated series a moment ago with the Sabrina, I actually quite liked the original Pokemon animated series. That's the one I'm familiar with. Like a lot of the time, I'm familiar with the original series as like, let's say Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I'm familiar with that, but not so much the newer ones after GT. And when it becomes stuff like Power Rangers, I'm familiar with like the Western Power Ranger series. But yeah, so let's open this up. This is a Pokemon game, but this is a like very interesting looking cartridge, in my opinion. All right, so here we go. Hey, Mr. More Gaming, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate you dropping by. We have Pokemon Pinball here. As you can see, it is missing the battery cover, but that doesn't make a difference to how it should play. This should play absolutely fine. And you know what, actually, if my Game Boy Advance SP has, this is the batteries for the Rumble as well. I'm certain you could still put a battery in there, and it will probably still work. But, as I'm aware, not having the battery cover shouldn't affect this in the least. So this is actually just a pinball game with the Pokemon look to it. And yeah, I actually really enjoy pinball games. I've been getting more into pinball games recently. There's some great ones on the PC Engine. There's some pretty sweet ones on some other retro cartridges as well. You doing good, Mr. More Gaming? That's good to hear, my friend. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I picked up a game today in a market. I'll be showing that later in the video. Yo, Tex! How are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. How does today find you, Mr. Tex? Good to see you here. Yeah, so, you know what? I shouldn't need to test these because the seller allegedly tested them and they were all supposed to be working. But I do have like access to a Game Boy Advance and the Retro Freak if I need to test them. But I'm almost certain these will work. But yeah, there's Pokemon Pinball. And yeah, I do enjoy these games. And they're actually, these are the kind of games that are very good for a handheld system. So when you're out and about, actually, to be honest, last time I went out for a while, I did take, although I did take a Nintendo Switch as well, because Nintendo Switch being like the modern handheld at the time, I also did take a Game Boy Advance SP, just because of the ease of just put the cartridge in and play it. So that's something to keep in mind. You're doing great, Tex. That's good to hear, my friend. I'm glad you're doing well. I hope you're having a good time as well. Yeah, so pinball games, I have been enjoying them, and you know, something I've always liked the look of is having like an actual pinball machine, and I have a little space in the game room off to the side, and I've always been not sure about what to do with that since I moved into this new location. One thing I thought about was maybe like arcades. It's just like a bit of a space in the middle. And maybe a table was one thing I thought, or maybe cabinets. But another thing I thought about was maybe pinball. That would be pretty cool as well. But yeah, Pokemon Pinball, you gotta catch them all on the tabletop, if you will. Pretty cool game. I'm excited to give it a go. And yeah, it is. It definitely looks like there's nothing wrong with this other than the battery cover missing, of course. But I expect that. I have other cartridges that are missing, like the cover for the board, or the battery cover before, so it wasn't a big deal. And this was pretty cheap as well. I think that for these 3 items in this package, they were all best offer items, so I definitely got a reduction from it. And it would be cheaper than getting it complete in box naturally as well. More gaming space, text. You know, I really do need more gaming space. I saw the other day that, like, this is just a random tangent, but the like world record holder for like a video game collection is something like 21,000 or something. I could glue them to the ceiling, Tex. Well, you know, like I have seen people put, you know, like plastic sleeves that you would put trading cards in. You know, like pages, like plastic pages, what you would put in a binder, like you would sleeves for paper. Like, people have grabbed ones of those for I'm sure you guys know what I mean if you collect trading card. There are like pages that are plastic that fit trading cards in. They're spaced for trading cards for binders. I've seen people put those onto like their roof, no joke, and put Game Boy games in them, and that so that you could actually get your games on your roof like that. But yeah, 21K games is insane. They would essentially have games like stacked all over the place, and I am like 10% of that. You know, if you will, I've got 2,000-ish games. So like I think the maximum amount of games I could fit, I could maybe double up what I have. I could maybe go for 4,000. But then you're talking like crazy, you know. That, yeah, like, if I had double the amount of games I had right now, I think I would have to, like, look towards, like, the larger collections, like the PlayStation 2, and think, like, okay, maybe like I'm not gonna get around to all of these. I think when I get to maybe like 6,000 or something, like that is probably where I'm gonna be like, I'm good. I'm gonna get to the point where I have all of the games I wanna have, and I think collecting like all the way up to like 2,100 is definitely gonna be like, there's just gonna be games that are just there for filler, if you know what I mean, and that's not what I'm all about. I'm all about games that like I wanna have the time to play at least a sample all of the games I own. And so definitely I collect stuff that I want to play. And if you have that many games, like 21, you know, 2,100, 2,100, that's going to be insane. Absolutely insane. And you know, while I was at Palm Market today, I saw one of the stands that was there was selling DVDs. And he had like the DVDs stacked like on the ground, and like the way his shop was set up was just like stacks of DVDs all around him, and I couldn't even see the guy in the shop. He was like behind a stack of DVDs, and I was like, that's what you don't want your shop to look like. That's not what you want your game room to look like if you just buried on the games. Anyway, we've got another Game Boy game here to take a look at. This is a game for the Game Boy Color. And this one is also going to be fairly easy to open up. Got this in the same set as that other one. I'm going to use the scissors here. We're going to have to do a little bit of scissoring to get into it. There we go. Alright, we're good. That wasn't so bad. And, oh, nice. This one is in a protector. It is a official protector, I think, by the looks of it. There you go. And it is, you can see it through the protector, it is Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color. This is one I've been after. I do like these little protector cases. I think this might be an aftermarket protector case, because I think this case should say Nintendo on it. But nevertheless, it's still handy to get these little protective cases. But, of course, the board we're looking at here says Nintendo on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it says Nintendo right at the top there, which means it's an official cartridge. Another way to tell if something's an official cartridge is there will be like a 2-number stamp. I can see it there. You'll never see it in the camera. There's like a 2-number stamp. But yeah, Mario Tennis. So this game is really cool. And you know what? I'll go onto the webcam, and I will tell it to start cooperating with me. So I can go onto the webcam and I can configure the video here and make it autofocus the way I want it to. Oh no, you know what? As I said that, it started doing it. So that's fine. I was going to start messing with the focus, but then the camera did it for me because it didn't want me to mess with it. Anyway, yeah. So this came out on the home console as well as the handheld. And the thing about the handheld game is the handheld has like an RPG mode to it as well as the regular matches you would have, where I believe you get to play as 2 original characters, which is a theme they repeated in the Mario Golf games as well going down the line, where in the golf games the console game might be more multiplayer focused with its 3D graphics and multiple controller aspect. But the handheld one would have more of a story mode to it. And I thought that was really cool, so I definitely wanted to pick up Mario Tennis. I think this was £8, this cartridge. I played like maybe less than that for the Pokemon Pinball. I think this was maybe £8. And there was postage on top of it, but the postage was combined as well. So that was the deal with this one. And yeah, I'm excited to have this one. Obviously, I would have liked to have had this in the box. The same with most of my unboxed games. But collecting stuff in the box is very awkward. You're paying a premium for the box a lot of the time. And, even if that box is not in the best condition, cardboard boxes are very difficult to keep in good shape. And they are troublesome to have in, like my old game room where there was water damage to that game room. They're troublesome to have in that environment as well. It's fine just to collect the loose cartridge. That's what you're going to play. That's what you're going to use. So that's what I go for most of the time, is the loose cartridge. So there you go. Mario Tennis. It was one I was looking for, and it looks like a pretty good game as well. I can't wait to try this one out. The seller had to show me that all of these games will work, so that was pretty cool as well. And yeah, I'm excited to grab this and add it to the collection. And another thing as well, whilst we're talking about collecting space and the potential of, you know, putting games on the ceiling, if you collect games in the loose cartridge, they're going to take up a lot less space as well. So that saves you some room in your game room as well. But yeah, most of the first party Mario games are very sought after, so I was glad to get this for such a cheap price as well. There's a couple of scratches on the front of it, but for the most part, it looks in good condition and it should work, and that's what counts to me. So there you go, Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color. Next up, we have a boxed game, and it is for the Game Boy Advanced, I believe. This particular game had 2 versions released, and I have one of them. I think I have the first iteration of that. So we'll open this up. And if my voice goes strange, it's because the camera is cancelling the noise of, like, me tearing the tape. So that's what that is. And let's get into this. I'm going to use the scissors here because I don't want to damage the integrity of the box. I think this might have come with a box protector, actually. It looks like it, which is very handy because I can use that. I may put it on a different game that is more valuable than this one, but it is handy to have them regardless. Okay. It is indeed in a box protector. It looks like the box, the actual cardboard box, is not in the best shape beforehand anyway. But this is BattleBots. And it is Beyond the Battle Box is the name of this. There's 2 BattleBox games. There's this one, and there's a second one. The second one was billed as a sequel, as a follow-up game. But it's not, it's just the same game with a couple of enhancements to it. Because they released another version because there was another fighting robot game that came out. Why did I pick up this, you wonder? I've actually recently gone back and watched some of the American BattleBots and the UK Robot Wars recently, so I've been in the mood. And I noticed this game, a loose cartridge of this, in one of the last locations I was game hunting at. So I decided that I would want to pick it up in the box, and I think this was only like £5 complete in the box with everything in there. I think everything's in there. We'll have a look. And this case is pretty good, actually. This is a double flap case by the look of it. So I'll open this up. I tend to put these cases on if they're double flap. I tend to put the games in this way round so you can get them out a little easier. But that's still pretty cool. This protective case will definitely be usable on something as well, so I'll keep hold of that. And here we have, BattleBox. So you can probably see there's a crease on the front of the cover, up the top here. But other than that, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. The sides have the logo on each side. I recently did a Game Boy collector's video. I don't know why the PEGI rating's on the top. That's a bit weird. Alright, and we'll open this up and make sure everything's in there. The most important thing to be in there is the cartridge, of course, but we'll see exactly what is contained therein. We have the cartridge, which has fallen out of the cardboard insert. By the way, these cardboard inserts, they're one of the most common things to not see in the boxes. So most of the time you might see a box with just the cartridge rattling around in there. Hey Henry, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, Henry? I hope you're doing well. There is the cartridge, and I can verify that that is definitely a real cartridge because it has the number stamp on it on this side, which you might be able to see, you might not be able to see. There's a 2 number stamp there, and everything else about it looks right. So, and I don't know who would make a fake version of BattleBots Beyond the Battle Box anyway, but yeah, that definitely looks like a real cartridge. And we also have the manual here as well. Good to have the manual complete in there as well. How are you doing, by the way, Henry? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. The manual looks like it's a black and white manual, but it is useful to have these. It tells you how to link up your systems so you want to play multiplayer there. How about that? Link up your systems. I do have the link cable, actually, for this device. But there you go, BattleBots for the Game Boy Advance. How about that? You good, Henry? That's good doing, my friend. I'm doing pretty well. I picked up a game today. I'm excited to share that with you. as I put this one back in its case. It's good to, like I mentioned, it's good to have that insert in there, because that is often the thing that you find missing on these um, Game Boy games. But as it is, everything's in there. It's pretty good, so I'm pretty happy about that. And yeah, I just picked this up because I've been watching the show recently. I quite like the mechanical combat, so I don't imagine the game is going to hold up to the experience of watching the show, but I just picked it up for that reason. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Robot Wars that used to be on the BBC, or BattleBox that used to be over on in America, or any other show by that design. But I've been enjoying it as of late. It's just been something I've put on whilst I've been having something to eat or something like that, or just chilling out. I've been doing a lot of editing work recently on some of my recent videos that are coming up on the channel. So I've been putting stuff like this on just in the background. And yeah, like that. And seeing as shows like that don't get DVD releases, I thought I'll grab the game just to commemorate that for myself. And yeah, pretty cool. So there you go, BattleBots Beyond the Battle Box. It's robot fighting time. Anyway, with that said, those are the 3 games I got from that seller. And a bunch of Game Boy stuff thus far. Bunch of Game Boy stuff. But next up, we're moving up to the Super Nintendo. And I picked this up in CEX. This was Truro. This was definitely Truro CEX. So the Game Boy Color game I showed previously would have been CEX in St. Austell. Where I also picked up some other games in St. Austell. CEX, I'll show them in a minute. But I'll show them later. This is from CEX and Truro. And I believe this is quite an uncommon game. And I was glad to find this. It is pretty cool. It was also on the PlayStation 1. And there's other versions of this game as well. And it is a PAL Super Nintendo cartridge. And it is Archer Mclean's Super Drop Zone. Not to be confused with the miniature game Drop Zone. Not to be confused. This game plays a lot like Defender, except you're a man instead of a ship, flying around, taking out other enemies as you go. It plays a lot like that. I believe the Super Nintendo cartridge, if I'm not mistaken, is a PAL exclusive, so I think it only came out in the PAL region. But I could be wrong there. I could easily be wrong. But as far as I know, it's a PAL exclusive. And it's not expensive by any means. I think I paid £8 for this total. But it is an uncommon game. I haven't seen many of these sold online. So when I saw the opportunity to grab it, I definitely decided to. And it looks a little weird, but it does. It's definitely a real cartridge. And of course, the PAL cartridges here are cartridges over here in the UK. They don't have end labels, so you can't see what the cartridge is from the side of it, which is very awkward. But like I mentioned earlier, collecting games in the loose cartridge format, sometimes I find that preferable when the boxes are cardboard, to be honest, because I don't have a lot of boxed NES, SNES, and N64, for the reason that if I had them boxed way back, Game Boy games as well, including that, with the cardboard boxes, and I regret it in many instances, like my Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, particularly, but those cardboard boxes, they just deteriorate, or they get damaged, or something happens to them, and they just end up not surviving, whereas your cartridges are much more hardy, they're much more capable of maintaining, and they take up less space, as I mentioned. So I don't mind collecting the loose cartridge. It's a decent way to collect, I think. Of course, you can get these like clamshell replacement cases, which is a cool idea. I think I mentioned that a while back on another video of some sort. But that's another thing you can do. I think I've shown some games that have those cases in pickup videos that I got from places like Biggies and Games and DVDs, which I visited recently, which was in Park Market, and picked up something I'll show you later. But yeah, this game was also on the PlayStation 1. The PlayStation 1 version looks, I've had a look at gameplay footage comparatively, it looks exactly the same. I see like virtually no difference between this and the other version of the game. The only major difference I can tell is that the PlayStation 1 has CD quality music, whereas the music is a little different. I think the music and the sound effects, there's voice sound effects as well on the PlayStation 1. A little better because of the technology, but the game plays exactly the same. And I would say the Super Nintendo controller would be the controller to play it with anyway, because I really like the Super Nintendo controller. I would definitely, if I was ranking controllers, I don't know if anyone would argue with me that the Super Nintendo controller ranks above the PlayStation controller. Even though I really like the original PlayStation 1 controller before they added the thumbsticks, because it was like a Super Nintendo controller, but with handles. Essentially, that's exactly what it was. But yeah, it's still good, and I think it's really cool to have this game on the Super Nintendo. It was pretty uncommon. I saw it, and I knew I had to grab it. 100%, yeah, exactly, Tex. It's going to be a hard sell to say that, like, the PlayStation controller is better than the Super Nintendo controller, because the Super Nintendo controller is so good. That's why they're still making, like, versions of the Super Nintendo controller, third parties are, that is, for, like, your modern systems right now, because there's people that just want to use that type of controller, especially for games that play with a 2D perspective. But yeah, this game's pretty cool. Plays a lot like Defender. I like it. It's very fast, but that's still cool. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool to grab this game. Brought to us by Psychosis. Arthur Mclean's Super Drop Zone. Not to be confused with the tabletop miniature game Drop Zone. Not to be confused. Alright, Super Nintendo game. There you have it. Next up, I have a game for the PlayStation 2. Speaking of PlayStation, I grabbed this in Truro CEX. I think it was £5. And it wasn't in the best of shape, but I have been getting more Batman games recently, so I had to grab this, and it is Batman Vengeance. And yeah, this is based on the newer iteration of the animated series. So the second time around on the animated series. And yeah, it seems like this game has been reviewed pretty well. And I want to get into more Batman games. There's a bunch of like Batman media out there for all kinds of different stuff. So like keeping up with it can sometimes be tough. But there's some Batman games I really loved. Batman Love Text, exactly. Like there's Batman games I really love on different games, that is. So I wanna sample like the ones that passed me by, the ones I missed. So I decided to pick this up. It is a third-person game. Looks like it's got beat 'em up style gameplay, and you know, most likely a bit of problem solving in there as well. And it is complete, albeit with a few issues, but I'll go through them. With the disc manual, the disc, it looked like they resurfaced it just as I bought it, so I imagine it works, but I haven't tested it as of yet because I just picked these games up. So I imagine this game's worked, but I have had games that have been resurfaced or disc cleaned, if you will, from CEX before, and they've not worked after that, so I'm not 100% sure. When I brought it to the checkout, you know, of course they have the discs behind the counter. They just cleaned it as they brought it out. They didn't give me the chance to say, like, actually, if you're going to clean it, can I make sure there's no deep scratches in? Because deep scratches a clean won't really deal with. But here's the manual. The manual is a little bit beat up. I do like the style of the animation, of course, in the manual. With the Joker and Harley Quinn on the back there. The one thing I will say here, it won't be evident from like all of the pages. I enjoy that there's like character bios in here and stuff like that. That's really cool. I like seeing that. And I like how this manual is set out in a lot of ways. There's a lot of like story in here. By the way, guys, I miss manuals. I can't be the only guy that misses manuals, but I miss having manuals in my games. But for some reason, a load of pages, when you go further into the manuals here, you can probably see this. They've been cut the corners of the pages off, like here. These pages have been cut. I don't know what the deal is with this, but they're not folded, they've been cut. I don't know why you would do that. It looks like maybe the pages got dog-eared, where like they got folded, and someone just got annoyed at that and cut all the pages that had that. Very strange, but the manual's still there, even though it isn't in the best of shape. It's still there, so that's fine, and I like to have it. But yeah, Batman Vengeance. I'll be trying this out. There'll be gameplay footage of this in the pickup video. It will be included in down the line. Same goes for any game here. That will be in a video game pickups video when we go down the line to those. And yeah, Batman Vengeance. Cool to grab it. It looks like it scored pretty well. I do enjoy the animated series. I like the style of these games as well. So yeah, pretty cool to grab that Batman game to some DC superhero gameplay. Alright, next up, I've got two Xbox 360 games here. One of them's in a really big box, so I'll do that next. And that's the one I got from Par Market in St. Austell today. This other one I got from CEX, and that was in St. Austell, I believe. And I know you guys are going to love this one. You guys are going to absolutely love this one. And it's one that a couple of friends of mine love this game. You absolutely love it. But when I saw this game for £3, I think. I just couldn't resist it. I have this game, and I have previously streamed it on the PlayStation 4, I believe. And I never imagined I would pick up another copy of this game. But the price seemed right. And sometimes, if I find a game, like with Batman, for example, with the Arkham games, if I find like a different version of that, like one with a reflective cover, I might pick up a second version of a game. For this, I decided to pick up a second version of this game, even with the reputation of this game. And yeah, so it's interesting actually, because I did a rankings video about this game series. So you guys will know what I think of this game if you've seen that ranking video. It is Resident Evil 6 on the Xbox 360. And yeah, I know this is gonna pop some of you guys. I know you guys love this game. Henry loves this game. Big Boss Incarnate loves this game. It's such. Anyway, it was a Steelbook edition. I didn't have the Steelbook. It was £3. I just had to pick it up. Just had to. Already there are exclamation marks in the chat. Oh my god! There's no hope left. You love RE6, Tex? I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic or not, because I know a lot of people really, really don't like it. I have certain feelings about it, which I discussed when I did a ranking video of it a while back. But, yeah, you know, Xbox 360 version, £3. This Steelbook, though, this Steelbook looks great. This Steelbook looks amazing. I think this looks really nice. And for this to be £3, there's no rust on the Steelbook. That's normally the thing you get with Steelbooks. You enjoyed it, Tex? To be fair, like, I reckon with multiplayer this game would be pretty good as well. It does have players 1 to 2 on it. I feel the same about Resident Evil 5. My multiplayer probably makes it like a lot more enjoyable. Yeah, like this, to be in this condition for £3 is really good. Like, the outer sleeve is in good shape. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no rust on the case. The case looks really good. I think the case looks really nice. Like, even if it didn't have the sleeve, I think this case looks pretty badass. So, like, that alone was enough to get me it. On the Xbox 360, for some reason, it's on 2 discs. So, I hope that it works alright. There you go. I didn't have this on the 360 either. Some Umbrella Corps that gets you, Henry. The best Resident Evil game ever, be right. Yay, there you go. Alright, this comes with like a tiny manual. This is like 2 or 3 pages, this manual. Like, really, this manual is like, honestly, it's like 2 or 3 pages. But at least it comes with a manual. It comes with a manual of sorts. And yeah, it's like 2 or 3 pages. Like that's it. And then it's done. There's a Devil May Cry like thing in here. You know what, the back of this. Hey Mystic, how you doing, my friend? Welcome. You like the Resident Evil games? The movie is enjoyable in a way as well, Mystic. Yes, so, like you can get enjoyment out of all kinds of different stuff for sure. Different people definitely like different things. It looks like the inside of this is reflective as well, which I did not know. Let's have a look at this. I'm gonna take the discs out. Oh man, the inside of this case looks really good. Okay, so we have Leon and Chris in the inside. That's pretty awesome. I like that. That's cool. Man, that alone is pretty cool. This case looks really good. I'll say that. Like just as like a collector piece, I like the case a lot. All right. Now I gotta put these discs back in there without destroying them. Umbrella Corpse. Yeah, be right. Umbrella Corpse is ooh, it's I mean, that was a struggle. I don't think I've ever got so mentally defeated whilst playing a video game as Umbrella Corpse. But guys, I wanted to finish every single Resident Evil game, so Umbrella Corpse had to be done. It had to, guys. Anyway, there. Pretty good package. I mean, I only paid £3 for this. Who wouldn't pay £3 for this? It's just £3. So yeah, I've decided to pick that up. It felt like a good deal to me, and it's in perfect condition. So just to, when I did the Resident Evil 6 ranking video, when I showed all of my collection, I actually forgot to show Resident Evil 4 on the PlayStation 2. I thought I had it, and I did. I just forgot to pick it off the shelves. So yeah, this is another thing that makes my Resident Evil collection / ranking video out of date again. So there's another Resident Evil game added to the collection, one that I already have, but a different version. Hey Shouty, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing okay. Resident Evil 1 Remastered, Mystic. I really like Resident Evil 1 Remastered. It's a really good remaster. Remake, rather. It's really good. Like, it's so well done. Probably one of my favourite remakes out there. Umbrella Corpse is one we love, be right? Yeah. How am I doing? Be right? I'm doing good, thanks for asking, my friend. Thanks for checking out the stream as well, my friends. We've got a couple more games to show. As well. This next one is a game that I also have a couple of feelings about. But I saw this, so I was in Palm Market, and I saw this. And even though I feel a certain way about this game, I could not resist picking it up. And it is Alone in the Dark limited edition. Check out this box, guys. This was £12, which I think is the regular price for it, but it's got everything in it. And yeah, so I picked this up at Big E's Games and DVDs in Palm Market, and I just couldn't resist this. I have played this game, and unlike the previous survival horror Alone in the Dark games, this one has a lot of putting out electrical fires and climbing up cables, like electrical cables. So I feel a certain way about this game, but this package looks awesome. Less said about Umbrella Corpse better be right. Maybe so, yeah, for sure. The Pixel remasters, Mystic, those games look really good, actually. I hope they make a physical version of those Pixel remasters. I really do. I hope they do a physical release of them as well. Hope I'm well, Shouty. I hope you're doing well as well, my friend. Yeah. So I saw this. I had to grab it. Look at the box as well. Like, this thing comes with a bunch of stuff in it. You can see it on the side here, but I'll give you a better look at this. And look at all of this stuff it comes with. Look at all that. That's a lot of stuff. My goodness, it comes with... It looks like some kind of DVD. It looks like it comes with a CD as well, soundtrack. It also comes with the game, of course, which is probably the least interesting thing here. An art book and an action figure as well. For £10, I couldn't say no to that. You know what is funny? Because I've been complaining that I'm running out of space for these big limited editions, and then I went and bought a big limited edition today. I just couldn't say no to it. Couldn't say no. Hey, Camp, how you doing, my friend? Welcome, Camp Survivor. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Appreciate you dropping by. Yeah, I saw this, guys. I couldn't resist it. So, we'll open this up. I haven't checked if everything's in there yet. So we'll see now. We'll see now together if everything's in there. If I had to guess, I would say maybe the stand for the miniature might not be in there. That if I had to guess. But look at how this opens as well. Look, check this out. It opens like this, like the rift opening in the game. That's kind of cool. That's pretty badass, right? The way it opens. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, it was like around about £10, Shanti, which is just an insane price for this. An insane price. Look at the artwork in there as well. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Like, honestly, it goes for that much anyway. Like, that's not like a good price for it, but I knew I'd never find it, like, in person again. If you want to get something this big and this heavy, shipped from, like, eBay, you know, it's going to cost you more money. You doing good, Cam? That's good doing, my friend. I'm doing alright. Went game hunting today. This is what I found today. We'll pull this piece of cardboard out as well. See, I like the packaging here a lot. So, right. What have we got here? We've got the game. Is this like a bundle copy? If this says like so I already have the game. If this says like bundle copy, then maybe I'll keep this separate. Otherwise, there's nothing really unique about this. But there's the game itself. It's funny that it's got these really high ratings, but they're ratings not from gaming magazines like Maxim and FHM. Like, these are magazines that are like, they more show like different content. So like, I'm not sure, like, it's like getting your news from the internet is the same way I feel about getting game reviews from popular magazines. Nothing against these publications. I'm just saying, like, this isn't from like a gaming publication. These are just like just you know, pop culture magazines. Hey White, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. So this looks like a regular copy of the game. Like, I don't think there's anything special. Like, this doesn't say bundle copy or anything like that. Let's see how it looks in here. We have the disc and the manual. So this is interchangeable. The cover just seems to be like a regular cover. I don't see it saying bundle copy or anything. Yeah, like normally it would say bundle copy like on the back, like not for resale, like around this area where the barcode would be. So I think this is just a regular copy of the game, so that's fine. Alright, but the rest of this is what I'm interested in. This is what I'm interested in. The extra stuff that comes in here. Oh, you know what? I thought we'd be missing the stand for the miniature. That's cool. It looks like it's complete. Let's bring this guy out of here. Alright, so there's this. Looks like this guy's arm like comes out from here. Alright, cool. Okay. This guy looks really good. This mini. It's a good looking mini right there. He's got the Molotov cocktail. He's got his pistol. Does he come off the stand? It doesn't look like he comes off the stand. I'm not going to try and take him off. He's individually numbered as well. 42455 on the bottom there. But it looks pretty good. Ah, there we go. It actually focused on him. Nice. Okay. Looks pretty good to me. I'm going to mess with the autofocus myself because I've got it up. I'm going to mess with the autofocus so we can get him in focus. Let's get him in focus. There we go. Okay. I'll bring it up to like a little higher so we can get him like nice and close to the camera so you guys see him properly. It looks pretty good. Very detailed. Very detailed. Good look at that. I think this looks pretty cool. It's a nice extra. It's one of the extras that's in there. Yeah, so there's that. That's the lead character from the game, obviously. I'll put it back onto auto now. And yeah, it looks pretty good to me. The quality of this is actually surprisingly good. Surprisingly good for the display miniature. Or statue, I should say. There is, like, around the gun, the paintwork is, like, a little bit, like, messy around the hand. But when areas join on models, it's always, like, a little awkward. Even the high quality of things like Amiibo, sometimes in like areas where colors join, it can be a bit weird. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Reminds you of Alan Wake, Mystic. He does actually. He has a little bit of a look, although Alan Wake is definitely a really good game for sure. I enjoy Alan Wake a lot. Is that a Gucci jacket, White? I don't know what kind of jacket that is. If it was, it would probably be plastered all over it if they had some sort of licensing or marketing thing. Do you guys remember with Devil May Cry 2, they had alternate outfits from a company, I think it was called Bench, and they had like those outfits, like it was written all over them. Do you guys remember that? It was Devil May Cry 2. They had alternate outfits from a clothing company, and yeah, it was crazy. I can't remember. I think it was Bench, but I remember it was funny. All right, do we have the rest of the stuff in here? It looks like everything's in here, guys. It looks like everything is complete for the price. That's really good. I thought we might be missing the DVD or whatever it is. So we've got the CD in here as well. The original soundtrack. So there we go. And it doesn't say how many tracks it has on the back. But there's that. Performed by the Grammy Award winner, The Mystery of Bulgarian Voices. Okay. Right, so I imagine this is just all like in-game music. It's not like there's like no, like, you know, like the Alan Wake soundtrack has like a load of licensed music on it. Like, I don't think this has any of that. Oh, the soundtrack is here. The listings, rather, the track listings is on the inside. 8 tracks. 8 tracks. One of them's just called Why. Why? Why is it called Why? I don't know why. But that's pretty cool, isn't it? You know, soundtrack is one of the things I actually really like having in these editions. It's one of the things I enjoy to see. Often when you get these collector's editions, sometimes they come with like something ridiculous, like a big old cardboard box, for example. The thing I want to have the most in a game, especially if it's a game that I enjoy the music of, I want to have a soundtrack more than anything. The big, I think it was a Resident Evil 3 remake, they didn't put a soundtrack CD, they put a soundtrack download, I think, in that one, which was absolutely crazy. The same with the last Tomb Raider game as well. So I want to have soundtrack in my special editions, guys. It's like, it's the must-have for your special edition. Even if the game doesn't have that many tunes in it, you still want to have a soundtrack CD. Alright, so what's this? It's a making of DVD. Okay. We've got a making of DVD. I imagine this will play in your DVD player, not just an Xbox. We'll have a look at the disc. Sometimes you have like Xbox specific discs, but I think this is just a DVD. Formatting here is very nice. The way this is put together. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. I have to say, the way they've presented this looks really good. Like, this is pretty cool. Making of DVD right here. There's that. Hey, Seacrest, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, Jay. Appreciate you dropping by, my friend. And what else have we got in here? We've got the art book. Alright. And maybe a dead spider. I'm not sure. But we'll have to clear that out. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, there's the art book. Before I open it up, do you think that the spine is gonna be broken and the game's gonna fall out? Not the game, sorry, the pages. I've had art books. Actually, one of the Tomb Raiders that I got, one of the reboot Tomb Raider games, I bought a special edition from, I think it was Game, and the art book was broken when I got it. So we'll see, we'll see. But it looks like it's in pretty good condition. So there's the art book. We'll flick through the pages here. Won't do every single page, but we'll definitely take a look through here at some of the art in this game. Now, I definitely think they did a good job on this special edition. There's a lot of like different stuff here for you to like gaze at. Like the idea of that. They got like the character models in here as well. Like a lot of cool work went into this special edition, and I enjoy that. Some of the pages are stuck together, which I actually expected, to be fair. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good to me. Picked up Skyward Sword on the Wii recently, Jay. That's awesome, my friend. Yeah, I have Skyward Sword in the Wii. I picked up a Wii U Zelda game not that long ago, actually, which is pretty cool. So, like, a lot of time they just like have some good stuff there. Like, it's available for sure. They have a great selection. Some of the stuff from this Oh, I did not like that sound I just heard. Was that the spine of the, of... Okay, I'm gonna be gentle with this. I'm worried this thing is gonna fall to pieces if I handle it too aggressively. But, heard an awkward sound as I moved it out. It's not an intentional horror sound. Speaking of horror, here's some of the monsters in the game. There you go. There's some more of them. I like these designs in here. It looks pretty cool. Pretty scary. Scary stuff. And yeah, I do enjoy... An art book is another one of those must-haves, I think, for myself. It's another must-have for like a collector's edition. You want to have your art books. You want to have that sort of stuff. And pretty cool. They got like storyboard sequences in here as well. I like that. I like seeing those as well. Nice art indeed as well. For the characters in this game. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh, hey, no worries, Jay. No worries, Jay. Appreciate you stopping by, my friend. There we go. Alright. Okay, so what else do we have? What else do we have? We have... I have some Switch games to show you guys as well. Hey, no worries, my friends. There'll be a replay for this, as well as you can get it on the Twitch as well. For I believe the replay stay up on Twitch for 30 days, so that'll be there as well. But yeah, there you go. This will be available to watch as well on YouTube. So have no fears, my friends. But there is also the Twitch. If you guys are a fan of Twitch, replays do stay up there for a little bit as well, for like 30 days, I think. Hey, Wojek, how you doing, my friend? Welcome. My bot should be able to drop the link to Twitch in the chat right now. If you are a fan of Twitch, that is. That'll be a way to catch it. You're gonna get that game, White? It's an interesting game. You can see a little bit of footage of it on one of my pickup videos a while back, and it sure was an interesting game to play. I've got a couple of Switch games now. These games, they will appear on a future video game pickups video. I'm doing a video game pickups video that is all Switch games, and I was debating doing the Switch pickups as like a live video or just a regular episode. I'm gonna do it as my plan, at least right now, is to just do it as a regular edited episode. You guys may have noticed I've changed the formatting of my video game pickups a little bit. Where my hey Cam, how you doing, my buddy? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Where I'm gonna be doing the video game pickups pretty much when they're finished and when I can upload them. Those will be the ones that include gameplay footage and they're fully edited, which you can check out on my channel. As a matter of fact, if you want to check out the recent video game pickups video, whilst I'm adding links to the chat, I'll add my latest video game pickups link to the chat as well if you want to check that out. It includes edited footage and gameplay footage for every game picked up. But yeah, so I picked up some Switch games recently, and they will be for a video. I thought about doing it live because of the ease of it being one system, just going through that. But ultimately, I think when you edit the video together and make it more concise, it's a lot more consumable, if you will, especially when when a live video. The length of those videos is going to be longer, and they're more geared towards like chatting and interacting with people at hand, whereas the edited videos, I think they're much easier to like just watch as they are, like video on demand, if you will. But yeah, so these Switch games. Hey, Joy-Con drift. Hey, Jonah, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, Joy-Con drift is a problem, actually. I've had drift on my original Xbox controller, but that always sorts itself out if I, like, shake the stick, which sounds weird. For the, I think the only other issue I've had with that is on the Wii U, but then there's, like, a thing to, like, fix that if you press a button combination. For the Switch, I actually don't use the Joy-Cons. I use the Wii U Pro controller. But yeah, it is something that is awkward that they will eventually like the wear down and drift. But how you doing, Jonah? By the way, as well, my friend. So you guys will see these games that I'm about to show you. They will be in the fully edited, which is the way I like to do it. Fully edited video game pickups video that's coming down the line for Switch games. I believe these are all in it. If not, down the line eventually, maybe, for some of them. And the other thing you will see them in, if you are a channel member or a YouTube supporter, I have done Breaking the Seal little videos as a thank you from me to you. For anyone that does support by either of those methods, you have access to those videos. I do videos monthly for supporters through channel members, through the member section or the community section on YouTube, or for Patreon supporters on Patreon. But at the moment, the last one I did was a game for the Switch, and it was a Breaking the Seal, so it's me opening it up and just talking about it for a little bit. And that's so you might see them over there as well. But anyway, I'm gonna just get into it right now. First game I picked up from PlayAsia, and it is from Capcom, and it is the Belt Action Collection. There you go. And this is really cool. This is a bunch of games together on one cartridge. They can be played in English. I try to make sure of that for every game I grab from overseas, that I try and make sure that it is English playable. There's one I want to grab for the Switch, which is the Project 05. There is an English version, but I think the English language for the Switch, the physical version that's coming out, I think the English language is via a patch. So I'm not sure if it's going to actually have the English language on the cartridge, or if that's going to be downloaded at a later date. And that is a big deal to me, whether it is on the cartridge or not. So I'm waiting to find out for sure if the English language is on the cartridge, Project 05. Hey, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being in, my friends, and thank you for supporting me as well through watching as well. So I appreciate it, my friends. But yeah, so there's the Capcom Belt Action Collection. This has a bunch of great games on it. A bunch of great games. And a bunch of games that I wanted to grab as well and experience. And it has Final Fight, of course. Fantastic game. It has King of Dragons. It has Captain Commando. I have Captain Commando on a plug and play, I think. One of those arcade things. But it's nice to have on the Switch as well. It also has Knights of the Round on it. And it has Way of the Warriors, I think, and Powered Gear. I may be getting some of these names wrong because of how they're written on the back here. Battle Circuit as well, and yeah, all of these games are available in English as well if you play this as well, where I could definitely do the titles. But yeah, there you go, guys. Pretty cool to grab that physically. And it just has the cartridge in there. There's a little slot for a manual in the Switch cases. I do like the art inside of that as well. Oh, Warriors of Fate. I said Way of the Warriors earlier. Warriors of Fate, I think, is the correct name. There we go. That was bugging me. Warriors of Fate. Some of these names have different names. Some of these games have different names in the English translation as well, which is why it's confusing me. I think the one I meant was Warriors of Fate. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool to grab these on the Switch. In one package as well. I've been grabbing more of these collections because they're a good value. And it's great to have... it's like 7 games on one cartridge. It's just a great deal. And yeah, I can't wait to play these. Beat 'em up games are some of my favourite genre of games. And you know, myself and Jonan love to play these kind of games on the Danger Zone as well. When we do those. Which we have started doing live as well. And those are a lot of fun. So yeah, I think this is a pretty great deal. Got it from PlayAsia. And I think this is like a pretty good deal over on PlayAsia. And I think that's the only place you can get this physically. I could be wrong. I think there might have been a re-release of this, like a limited release of this in the English language. I could be wrong. But it's available digitally as well. But if you want it physically, then PlayAsia is a good place to get it for. Fatal Frame on your PlayStation 5, Seacrest. Yeah, I think the PlayStation 5 version of Project 05 it's only going to be a download. So I think unless Limited Run does it down the line, which they may do, or a company like Limited Run, then I think PlayAsia on the Switch is going to be the only physical version, or the Wii U, of course. But the reason I want to get Project 05 for the Switch is I want to use the Switch controls. I'm hoping they have the control like you had in the Wii versions of the game, and have that with the Joy-Cons. This is another reason I kind of want to wait and see how it plays before I get it as well. Yeah, the next one we will be doing at this time will be Streets of Rage, and guys, I may have a modded Mega Drive for that video. So whereas we previously played the Mega Drive version, we may be playing the Genesis version. Most people would consider the American version to be the superior version, so let's find out. We may well be doing that. How about that? Assuming I can get everything working. Also, there's a potential I might have a Rad2X HDMI cable for that time as well, because Retro Gaming Cables got their cables way ahead than they thought they would. So that's something I might be getting as well. You never know. You never know. If I don't have that cable by that time, I definitely will have that cable by the time we get around to like Altered Beast. So have no fear. Anyway, another game I picked up from PlayAsia. Very excited about, and you'll see this in a Breaking the Seal video over on Patreon or YouTube membership, and I think this will be in the Switch pickups video that will come on the main channel as well. Of course, is Blaster Master Zero Trilogy. This is very cool. This is a PlayAsia release, English cover version. So often the PlayAsia release, often the Asian region release, you might get an English cover version for international sales, which is what this is. So the cover is fully in English, and this game has English language on the cartridge. Now the cool thing about this is Blaster Master 0, 1, 2, and 3 on one cartridge, which is insane. And I know Limited Run Games sold the games individually on different cartridges, but if you waited for the PlayAsia version, or this version I should say, you could get all 3 games with the addition of the Japanese speaking language on one cartridge, which is crazy value. Now I did want to get the special edition of this. Unfortunately, I was too slow off the mark for the race to grab that. So I tried to get the special edition with the art book and the soundtrack CD, which, as I mentioned when I was talking about that special edition earlier, that's what I like to grab for my special editions. But yeah, it was really cool to grab this in all in one cartridge, and this version as well, English on the cartridge case, as you can see. And yeah, this does work. It does play in English. No download required. It's a little bit plain on the inside, but the cartridge is what counts. And yeah, pretty cool for that. And yeah, so that is Blaster Master Zero Trilogy. Following on from the original NES game, you get 3 games in one package, and I think it's tremendous value for money. And I will also say, PlayAsia are very fast on their shipping, and even though I couldn't get the one I wanted to grab, PlayAsia was really good in helping me out on customer service, so that I could still grab a version of the game, because it was highly sought after, and for a while I think all of them were sold out. So they did put one back for me, because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to get, because I didn't know, in the same sense that with Project Zero, we're not sure what the covers are going to look like for that 5th game re-release until it comes out. I wasn't sure what the covers were going to look like for each version. They were nice enough to keep one back for me, and so I didn't miss out, and that was really cool. Plus, they let me know that I did have store credit that from previous purchases, which like the arcade systems I picked up, like the mini arcades, which is actually how I got the Belt Action Collection, the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle. There you go. Am I getting Metroid Dread J? Yeah, I definitely will at some point. I had my heart set on the limited edition, and I might have missed out on the limited edition, but I will at some point. There's so many games I want to grab. It's just like holding on to all of them at once, it's a bit tough. But it's definitely one I do want to get my hands on, for sure. So yeah, I want to experience that as well. And there's so many games to grab. But speaking of games, this was the latest as of yesterday when I posted this on the Patreon or YouTube channel member, the supporter exclusive video. You would have seen me breaking the seal of Cotton Reboot. This is a visual remake of the classic game Fantastic Night Dreams Cotton, which is a shoot 'em up game, scrolling. And this game includes not only a newer version with new graphics, but it also includes the original game on the cartridge as well, which is awesome. Now, I got this from Strictly Limited Games, but you can also get this from PlayAsia or a bunch of other places as well. As a matter of fact, I ordered this when it was announced on Strictly Limited, and I think it was available soon after on other places as well. But, actually, to tell the truth, I ordered the PS4 version, changed my mind, and ordered the Switch version thereafter as well. Because if a game is like the same on the Switch and the PS4, I'm leaning towards the Switch version. Hey Digicon, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate you dropping by. This is a limited edition, although this game isn't very limited. You can get it everywhere. Number 0112. There you go. And this does have a reversible cover and a full color booklet. So there's the cover, as you can see, and here's the booklet. Now, Strictly Limited have just announced that they are also doing the more Cotton games. They are doing the Saturn Tribute. They are doing Cotton 100%, and they're also doing Cotton Rock and Roll, I think, as well. I could be wrong. They could be different games. There's a lot of Cotton games out recently. But yeah, so I'm very excited about that. I actually already ordered the Saturn Tribute Collection, which is 3 Cotton games, or 2 or 3 Cotton games. And like I said, there's a lot of them, so I'm getting mixed up. On one cartridge, I already ordered that from PlayAsia, but Strictly Limited Games will be doing versions of those games as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. Here's the full color manual. And I love that they do this. It's full color manual. Has all of the like little item pickups and stuff like that. Very cool. Gotta love getting like physical copies of your cute 'em ups as well. How are you doing, by the way, Digicon? Appreciate you dropping by. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, there you go. So this was a really good one to grab as well. I'm happy to get my hands on this as well. So yeah, it's been a good one to grab, and certainly I want to grab more games from this series as well. So with Strictly Limited having the availability of some more of them, I'm definitely looking forward to getting some more games from the series as well. And then finally, we have another one from PlayAsia, and this was a really good one, and it is River City Girls, and very happy to grab this. I think I have shown this. It'll probably be on a Breaking the Seal, I believe, when it comes to that. But I've just dropped a bunch of games. Yes, let me see. Yes, it will be on a Breaking the Seal. The Capcom Belt Action Collection, Blaster Master Trilogy, and the River City Girls, as well, of course, a Cotton Reboot. Will be on those Breaking the Seal videos for the for the people, the wielders of the coffee cups. There you go. Yeah, so there's that. Hope you're doing well, Digicon. Appreciate you dropping by, my friend. This is a beat 'em up game from Way Forward, and yeah, you guys know I love beat 'em up games. Is it a JRPG, Shelty? It's kind of like it's more like a beat 'em up, but it does have RPG elements for sure. It was a fun game, Jonan. Yeah, you know what? They're bringing over one of the Japanese games that inspired this, and they're like retitling it to River City Girls 0. I'm actually getting from Limited Run Games a retro brawler bundle that includes like the kind of games that inspired this, as well as the Double Dragons and stuff like that. They'll have like, you know, some of the original unaltered versions of those games, but they're going to be bringing one over to the West with the River Seagull's name to it, and some new opening and graphics and stuff. So that's pretty interesting to look forward to. Plus, they announced recently River Seagulls 2 is coming. So this is definitely one I wanted to have a physical copy of. I know Limited Run Games did a copy of this, but that is really expensive. If you want to save some money, you can get this. This is the Asia region release, but it plays in English if you put it in a English language switch. The profile is set to English language. So yeah, even though the language on the cover will not be in English, this game will play in English if you put it in an English system. So yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. This is definitely a candidate, Jonan, for like a future Danger Zone for sure. These games are pretty fun. Beat 'em up games are like actually like one of my go-tos for when you're doing like a laid back like conversation type of stream. Like they're very good for it because they're really fun to play, and they're not as like intensive as like a shoot 'em up game, and they're very enjoyable as well. And it's always been a genre that I've lent towards as well and enjoyed. So there you go. Yeah, it will play in English if you have it on your system. Has RPG elements to it, but it's mostly a beat 'em up game. And there's the cartridge. It's not very colorful on the inside, but it's the cartridge that matters, my friend. But there you go. So that's it. I showed you a couple of Switch games there, but there'll be a Switch games pickup video down the line you can enjoy as well. So I have been working on the pickup videos, the edited pickup videos, that is. Don't forget you can check out my video game pickup videos on the channel, and they include gameplay footage for every single game picked up, and yeah, they take a lot of editing though. So I'm working on the one that is going to drop on Monday. So Monday the 4th, you should have the next video game pickups video. It's all done. It just needs like the final touches put together in the export. And the other thing I'm working on is a Halloween special. And if you've seen my previous Halloween videos, you know what you're gonna expect. And this one has been a lot of work. I am currently putting the editing into the Halloween special. The last Halloween special I did, it took 2 to 3 months. I think it was 3 months when it was all said and done, to do that Halloween video. This one's taken about 2 months, or will have taken 2 months by the time you see it on October 31st for Halloween. But yeah, and you might have seen some Halloween special hype. You might see some teasers for that on my social media if you follow me on Twitter. I've been posting some little teasers for that. Some little teasers for the Halloween special. But you'll see the full thing come to fruition when we go to All Hallows Eve. But there you go, guys. You had some impromptu video game pickups today. But like I mentioned, the regular video game pickup videos are coming, and they're coming on the way. The only thing that might change is because I do sometimes get videos that take a lot of time to work on, particularly as I want to spend some time finishing the D&D stuff as well. The video game pickup videos might go more like the video game hunting videos I do, where the video game pickup videos in future might not necessarily be monthly. They may just be like when they're done, and I've tried to sort of like make that more evidence in the titles. But yeah, the next ones, at least until the new year. So they're all going to be monthly, all the way up actually until February. I've still got them monthly planned at this point. So look forward to the video game pickup videos and no break in that content. And I have another video game hunting video on the way as well. It's just there's no chance of me getting to edit it before the Halloween special's done. But yeah, the Halloween special is going to be a lot of fun. I do hope you guys look forward to that one, because this one, oh man, it's crazy. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my crazy video game pickups. We had a bunch of games I just opened, almost an unboxing video inside of this as well. You had the special editions of Alone in the Dark, so like kind of that sort of thing going on here as well. And then you had like a little bit of the Switch games. Like I mentioned, guys, if you want to see me breaking the seal of those Switch games and a lot of other exclusive content, you can support me through a Patreon or YouTube channel membership. Many thanks to you if you do as well. You need more. Fear not, my friends. I will be back with more. You can also check out my video game pickups that are on the channel currently. They include gameplay footage, everything picked up. And yeah, there's another one coming in a couple of days. It's going to be Monday from the time of me posting this video. So Monday the 4th of October, there's going to be another video game pickups video. It's just about all done as well. And that'll include some good stuff in it. But yeah, my friends, thank you for checking out the stream. You guys have been amazing. You guys are awesome. And let's go ahead and raid Runny Plays. So I will drop their link in the chat if you would like to check them out. They are playing some snooker, so he's going to be snookering you. And if you want to check out Runny and drop the hashtag MVLRaid, I'm sure he would appreciate it. Yeah, it looks like he's having a good time. And we'll get our shots lined up for the next couple of videos. But until next time, my friends, thank you for checking out this crazy video I just did from Crazy MVL. And who knows, maybe there will be crazier MVL to come when we get to Halloween. But that's something you'll see down the line. But yeah, guys, thank you for checking out the video. Thank you for supporting me as well, and thank you for being a part of my life. I have been MVL, you have been awesome, and until next time we meet, I will catch you next time.